Hey everyone, it's Tom here. I'm here with Sean and Clock for a dev update on 2xKO.
This dev update is really fucking good, but the problem is that I feel like it's only made for for like fighting game fans, if that makes sense. The biggest things for me is like I just hope they can nail the marketing for the casuals.
Last month, we announced that we're revisiting our plans for Alpha Lab 2. And after that, we know you had
This is the type of video I would make if I was explaining the game.
a lot of questions. You wanted to know what we've been working on ever since
This is Echo.
our first Alpha Lab last August. So in this
Oh, there we go.
Jinx, and finish off with a dev show match.
This skin looks so sick. The skins in this game look fucking great. That's all I'll tell you. I got to see some of the skins. We have a lot of skins. And the skins are so good because they look great, but they also like you remain able to tell which character is which I think is the best thing. Because this game could have a very easy problem with visual clarity.
First, let's talk about how Alpha Lab 2 fits into our overall development plan. Until now, the focus has been getting our core gameplay right by building and testing demos of the game at events like EVO and Combo Breaker. And your feedback here has really helped keep us on track. At this point, we're feeling pretty confident about the core game, and so we're entering a new stage of development and shifting our focus to the mountain of surrounding work that it takes to launch a really great game. This is stuff like backend servers, improving matchmaking, localization, and UI. Alpha Lab 2 was intended to be a larger scale playtest on the road to launch, but as we were putting it together, we find ourselves having to make some short-term trade-offs that could end up ultimately delaying the launch of the game. So we've decided to downsize that test in the spirit of getting the full game out to everyone as soon as we can. We're still planning a large-scale playtest closer to the actual launch, and as we dial in the details, we'll continue to put the game together and keep you in the loop. Since we know you're itching for news, for the entire rest of this video, we're just gonna show you all the things we've been working on ever since Alpha Lab 1. You ready? Let's go.
All right, so I want to talk about the first of the four areas.
This stage, by the way, looks great. I really like that it has like this red outline here.
Control simplicity. So we just received a lot of feedback that inputs felt confusing, inconsistent.
Is 2025 a mistake, or do you just want the game out? I would 100% rather have the game out with a smaller roster than have them delay it. Especially when it's a free-to-play game, like, dude, they can just spam champions anyway. Obviously, I would have preferred 15 characters or 16 characters, right? But, like, I kind of like smaller rosters as a competitor as well, because it makes it easier to pick, and you can learn the game, and then as they keep adding things, you have this, like, pretty steady pace of, like, changing how the game works and like introducing more different types of characters and fuses and all that stuff. I don't think the overall game seems rushed. I do think the roster seems rushed. I guess it's rushed if you want single player mode as well. This game's gonna have like no single player mode, I think. It does, but I do think the roster size is the reason why it feels rushed. If they had 16 characters, then people would be like, hell yeah.
And that there's actually
Valorant
some
and
that
TFT
overlap,
were also really
and you're
limited
trying to
on
do one
launch.
thing,
I don't
but
think it's
you
the
got the
death
wrong
sentence
outcome.
that people think it is.
So what we did was you took a look at the controls,
But,
and the gameplay, and we simplified
I'm not gonna say
and
that it's
consolidated a lot.
that it's not a problem, especially for casuals. I think for competitive players, it'll be fine because 10 characters means 90 teams. That is counting duplicates. Like Yasuo Darius is a different team than Darius Yasuo in that setup. That's not really how it works, right? Like someone who plays Yasuo Darius will sometimes start Darius Yasuo, stuff like that. I do think though that when you add fuses like double down, double assist, handshake, and then new fuses, I think there's going to be enough combinations to where it won't get super stale. As long as the balance is not too bad. If everyone's running Darius Anchor, then it's going to be stale. Like very fast. Also, all the characters are really fucking different. There's no two characters that are really similar. The main concern I have is that there's too many big bodies, given what we've seen so far. And if they add even more, that's going to be like really apparent, I think. But yeah, I think so far I think the roster size will be annoying most for casuals. For me, I think it's going to be completely fine. I think there's going to be plenty of variety and things to lab and find out. Especially because the characters all seem really thought out and like complex for the most part. Which team game characters generally don't have. Like the average team game character, especially if you look at like Dragon Ball. Like I think Dragon Ball had like 16 characters on launch roster or something. And it was not different. Like they all played exactly the same. Yo, Elliot Beer, thanks so much. Thank you for the year. Yeah, Dragon Ball had like 3-4 characters, but like actually 16.
These things. I'm gonna start with the first one.
Also, can I say that maybe
Launcher.
this is like
There's an anti-air.
me just not remembering it, but in my head, this game looked worse than it does here. Does that make sense? Like at least the game I played, I feel like they've added a lot of small visual things that make the game like look more, like look better. Like I think some of it is like the UI, the aliasing is better, the lighting is better, and like, dude, the UI I think looks so clean now. Like I really like this like freestyle part here and the double down, and having assist be in the middle is like, oh, it's so smart. It's so fucking smart. I think they fixed the meter thing where like, I need to see when they have 1 meter again. Let me see. Okay, that's probably the one thing I would change. Like I wish the color difference was bigger between 1 meter and 0 meter. So like if you see here in the beginning,
Let's go. All right, thanks.
There better not be rules to this.
I wander, but you are lost.
oh, they start with a meter because of Psychic. Yeah, I think as you play the game, like, and you see the meter build up a little bit. If you have almost a full bar here at the bottom left, it's gonna look like you have like you have 1 bar. Okay, let's go back here. But yeah, oh, and I think the UI, if you look at this, break looks way better than save, right, as well. But I think a really nice touch is that there seems to be like a little gradient here on the life bars, which makes them look less like dull. Because they used to look like they were just like solid color. Honestly, the only thing that I think is significantly worse visually than this game than compared to like Strive is that I think some of the characters, like the character designs from League, are not that interesting. Like I think like Darius doesn't look that great. Like I think Ilaoi is like okay, but not like amazing. But I think like the colors like and the skins all look great. Like I think 2SKO easily has the best like alternate colors.
Down heavy was
The
your
backgrounds are significantly worse than Strive's. I actually disagree with this because in Strive you could only play on 1 or 2 stages. I think in this game you can play on all stages because they are like intentionally way less busy because team games already have a lot of visual clutter.
anti-air, and down forward heavy was your launcher. And this is pretty confusing. So what we did was we made it so that just
I think these
down
changes are
heavy
really fucking smart,
is your
by the way.
launcher that has anti-air properties. So go ahead and jump at me, Clock. You're able to have a little invincibility there.
Yeah, so they basically removed 1 normal from some characters, made all the down heavies all the down heavy. I think this is like, does this remove death? Yes. I think this is like there was just way too much on down heavy.
there. You can follow up with a combo, which is great.
No, he only
this
has
also
down heavy.
Your launcher. So there's no more
3 heavy is
launcher
sweep for
plus
him, though.
anti-air as separate things. And you notice that some characters that had one, or the other, they just remain with one. But characters like Darius and a few others, we actually kept that move on their kit with a different input. So this button for Darius used to be his anti-air. This is now forward and heavy, so you can still use it for pressure and combo
okay,
routes
that's
and
forward
things
heavy.
like that. I also want to talk about sweeps and overheads. So before, the input for overhead used to be forward and medium, and we got a lot of feedback that people were like, hey, I'm running after people and I'm trying to hit medium to start pressure or combo, but I'm actually getting my overhead, and it didn't feel very good. So there are now characters that have overheads, they're now on down, forward, and medium.
Oh, this is footage from
they're
the
now
old
on-
game, right?
And we got a lot of feedback.
Yeah, dude, look at the burst bar. Look at the difference. It's actually crazy. And it had this like ugly assist ready shit.
That people were like, hey, I'm running after people and I'm trying to hit medium to start pressure or combo, but I'm actually getting my overhead, and it didn't feel very good. So there are now characters that have overheads, they're now on down, forward, and medium. And we're trying to consolidate that, as well as sweep is down, forward, heavy. So anybody that has a sweep, it's on down, forward, heavy. And then the other thing I want to talk about was team button simplification. Forward plus team to call your forward assist, especially out of block, was a little bit of a struggle because sometimes you would get push block and then lose a bar, and it just wasn't very intuitive with how you'd want to pressure folks. So now you just press team, that does your old forward assist. Just like before.
Oh yeah, this
holding
is
back and hitting
huge.
team,
This is so
that does
big,
your
I think, to help the game feel less clunky, basically.
back assist. Then you might be wondering like, well, hey, how do I do tag launcher? Because I used to press team for that. Well, we want to make it consistent and easy to remember. If down and heavy is your launcher with anti-air properties, then down and team is your tag launcher. And so those are pretty
I think this
consistent
is
now
just
and
like
easy to remember.
really good changes to make
Alpha Lab
the game
1
feel better.
used to be able to hold.
And I think changes like this might not feel that impactful, but I think they subconsciously really affect like just how quickly you can get in and start enjoying the game. Especially because this is a team game. So having overheads and sweeps be the same button on different characters is like actually a huge thing.
forward plus team or hold back plus team to get a charge assist or a running assist. We removed that from the game except for in sidekick fuse, which is a new fuse I'll talk about in a bit.
How they get assist
But
ready on
reason
the
we removed
outside
it
and
was
stall
it
in the
actually led to
middle.
some pretty stale gameplay
Wrong in the beta.
across all
Because
teams.
every other
You
game
sit full
did
screen,
that before.
You hold forward or back plus team, you send your assist across, and you see what happens. If it hit, you handshake tag and you do a big combo. If they blocked it, you handshake tag and you do pressure. If they jump, you handshake tag and then you jump and air throw or launch or anti-air. And then they were like, well, I'm just going to hit the assist. Well, then you punish them with your point for hitting it. So
I
on top
really,
of that too, it actually allowed
the more I
for-
thought about it, initially I was like, man, charge assists are gone. And then I played with it and like, it actually makes the game feel a lot better in my opinion. Because the game revolved too much around handshake tag and charge assist. I really like this change. It actually gives you
a lot
more
of follow-ups that
different like play styles in the game.
we really didn't intend for, and it just started to make kits a little bit more homogenized than we like. I'll give you an example, like Darius S2 knocks you really far away, outside of the corner, but with charge assists,
yeah,
you
and it's
can
a
just
balancing
hold it and
nightmare.
run across
It's
the
so
screen
hard
and
to
follow up.
balance.
And so again, it made a lot of the situations. And
I think
outcomes pretty
having,
similar, so we're excited to separate that.
I think having a fuse with charge assist though would
a
be
little
good instead of double
Looking at
assist.
the next section, super input simplification.
There you go.
There we go. We got there. We heard a lot of feedback around down being a struggle on some peripherals in particular, but even on ones that folks were mixed about. So we removed that as the input for supers and now made it a lot easier. Now the input is hitting any normal plus special. So for super 1, I can do S1 plus L, and that will go ahead and do the super for Darius. But you notice I can do any normal with this S1 to get that super. So I can do M.
What I would want from this game is a option in your settings to make supers only come out with one in them. So that like, let's say I want Age and S1 to be super 1 and Age and S2 be super 2. I think that would be the best actually, if you have the option, so that it reduces the chance that you try to like hit L and then S1 and you get both. And you get a super.
Plus S1.
I didn't have any problems with misinputs here.
S1 plus, H. They all give me that S1 super.
Sean, what about S2 super?
Oh yeah, S2 super. Same thing. So you hit S2 plus any normal button. So S2 plus L gives me that S2 super. S2 plus M, same thing. And then S2 plus H.
Oh, one thing that really improves the game visually is just these like super flashes. Like this is a really good frame. And like the background looks way better than before. Before when you did supers, it was just like this dark background.
This is important for us because, one, it's a struggle, we know, to do like down on analog sticks. But two, like you might have your button set up on your peripheral in a way where one normal might be better positioned to hit with that special than a different one. So
yeah, we're
really
just
want you
watching
to
the vid.
have like, the best way to get these things out. And that's, yeah, so it should be pretty straightforward and easy. Also, want to talk a little bit about ultimates. S1 plus S2, that does your ultimate now. You may have noticed just here that they cost 3 bars now. This is pretty important.
Echo's my
We really
favorite.
wanted to make them feel impactful and a little bit rare. And
I think this is good because long supers are like hurt the pace of the game when you're just like taking too many breaks. And I think a thing that people don't realize is that now that they're level 3s, like double down, for example, is going to be more impactful because like now you actually have a level 2 spend. And most importantly, since level 2s or level 3s are all universals, I think it's really nice that now, since you don't have to do down to super, you're still not going to be able to like super things on reaction too easily because you won't have the meter to super on reaction.
so when you see them, they hit. We've adjusted the damage accordingly as well. And also, we also adjusted meter gain. And then I want to talk a little bit about happy birthdays. Specifically, I know some of you, myself included, may have been in Alpha Lab. You got this happy birthday, clock's 9 over here, and one of the characters falls out. And if it's their point character and they punish you while you're still doing the combo, you're like, why did I get punished for hitting both of their characters at once? What is happening here? So we reduced global hit pause and made some key adjustments to counter hit pause as well in order to remove some of those cases where the happy birthday would just drop.
Oh, yeah. So another thing this does is that it, like, since you're frozen less time when you hit at a character now, this means that hitting assist is better now. Because now you can hit the assist and your opponent can't punish you as easily because you're frozen less in time.
And to a similar effect, assists no longer enter the battlefield if the point champions hit before the assist lands. Those reductions actually make combos a little bit shorter and made the game feel quite a bit faster. One other thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, I think the hit pulse thing is maybe the thing people will notice the most. I think it's actually the best change.
It was parry. So we heard a lot of pain around parrying a physical attack and then accidentally getting another parry afterwards, causing you to not only whiff that parry, but lose that meter.
Oh yeah, mashing parry
by
was
your opponent.
so annoying.
You're like, hey, this is a sharp reversal of fortune. Can we not do that? And so, so we took that out, of course. On physical hit, I'll go ahead and parry it. Finally, we increased input consistency in various advanced situations, like when you're double tapping and character canceling. So folks that were using those techniques should find things a lot more consistent. We made some changes to fuses and other core gameplay systems, based on a lot of stuff that we heard. And I actually kind of wanted to talk a little bit about new fuses and pulse. Starting a little bit with pulse.
I think the hit pause now is really good because it's like the way it feels now is like how it feels like in Marvel 3. Which I think is the best medium. I think Strive's a bit too much hit pause, but it works because it's a 1v1 game.
Last month, talking about.
But before this game had a brutal amount of hit pause.
Folks wanted to pair it with like other fuses in the game, especially when they're duoing and bringing their friend onto their team. They still wanted to use a fuse, but maybe have their friend use pulse while they didn't use it.
This is just
have it as
a
a toggle in
no-brain
Champ
good
Select.
change.
Anybody can turn it on and off at that moment and try it out. So let us know what you think. So let's get into Champ Select. Luckily, it remembers the last selection. So I'll go Yasuo.
It's really weird that
here,
they did this
it says
whole
pulse
thing
combo.
without voice
So
lines.
any of us can hit this button. You
I
see
feel
it
like the button should be bigger now. Like this is a
top,
really small button.
The old pulse icon appears, and that means that you have pulse enabled. And just as a reminder, Pulse, will let you mash light, medium, or heavy, and they'll go into like a short combo.
Dude,
and
like
if
the
you have
combos
a
look
hero, do a
so
super.
much better now.
There's still
Oh
like
my
much
god,
better
dude.
combos to do out there.
It's just
but
like
a really
bam,
great
bam,
start
bam,
if you
bam.
wanna Get in
Like
there and have a good time and start to learn the flow of what
I
these
really
characters
thought
can
this
do.
game was good, but like
also made
was
a
looking
small
good
change
and
to
feeling
Pulse
good, but it didn't
which,
feel quite
we
as good
still
as
wanted you
Strive.
to be able
It was just
to
way
chain,
better.
like, light
But now I
attacks,
feel
so
like
you can
this
hold
game
back
might
or
be
down
my
back
favorite
and-
like
and
looking
mash light, and you'll just get,
game if it like
chainable
keeps
light
going
attacks
like
and
this.
non-full
If
pulse combo.
they keep improving
I
the
want to talk about
visuals.
2 new fuses. The first one I want to talk about is Sidekick, which I'm going to
Yeah, this game's gonna be free.
Tom and Clock pick and represent. And I'll go ahead and
It's
take
too complicated for me. Yeah,
Juggernaut.
I promise you, it's.
Fight as a single champion with enhanced.
I legitimately think that now that they introduced these fuses, Juggernaut and Psychic, I actually, on God, think this is going to be one of the easiest games to learn, just because, or like the best learning curve of any fighting game, because of duos. I think duos is like peak learning experience. Like even for someone who's really experienced like me, I think both these fuses are really fucking good. So what the fuse is, fight as a single champion with enhanced powers, and then Psychic is basically the same thing, but you can call assist, but you only have one character. These fuses are not really meant to be like top tier. They're meant to like maybe there's gonna be like solo echo specifically on Psychic with it's gonna be fine, but like generally it's gonna be way worse to play Psychic or Juggernaut than to play like double assists or a handshake. But I think they're really good learning tools. Like even just remember, like imagine like Venom or like a DLC character comes out, like Zed comes out, whatever, right? Like a new champ comes out. Imagine doing like I'm entering a weekly and I'm doing Zed only, Zed Juggernaut fuse, like just to learn the character and to really like focus up on running the same fuse. Like I think that's so good, even for a super experienced fighting game player like myself. I picked up so many fucking characters, like hundreds of fighting game characters. Even then, for me, it helps to be able to have the option to only play one character in a team game.
Enhanced powers. We're going to talk about those powers in a second.
I mean, you should give it a shot because
We'll
it's free
first,
anyway.
We'll first talk about Sidekick a little bit. A lot of y'all like asked us like, hey,
I don't think
wanna learn this
they
game,
will
but I
be.
kinda wanna learn
They
the
might be
support
viable,
role.
but I don't think these will ever be
wanna, like,
optimal.
help my friend, but maybe not like be the star of the show when I really haven't like taken the time to learn the game. Or
And I
learn
think
a
this is going to
specific
be
character
so
and not have all
fun,
that-
like being able to play with like a friend who might not be that good at 2SKO yet, and introduce them by just being the assist mode, just timing, learning when to call assists.
pressure on me. So we listened. And so, we came up with this fuse called Sidekick, where the character that you start with on point, they never switch out. However, your friend can come in and perform an assist, but they don't switch out ever there. They can also do charge assist. So you remember before I was like, hey, those are gone from the game except for Sidekick. So Tom, if you like hold the team button, see the old charge assist is back. Already they're hitting that synergy. Another cool thing is, this Sidekick,
And you can play this fuse
can actually
solo,
get
by
up
the
to
way,
5
with
bars of
Sidekick.
meter. And so I have a meter maxed out now, but you see us both with 5 bars. For Sidekick, your point character gets a little bit of a health boost along with a defensive boost once they're at 20% or less health.
30%.
Sorry, 30% less
Yeah.
health. Apologies. The cool thing is that the assist can perform a super in tandem.
Visually, the game
with
looks
their
so
point
much
character.
better.
And so let's see if you guys can do that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my.
I think it's
ST
like the
super Tom,
lighting
then
and
you
like
just
the
mash your time
UI
with
and
the
shit.
super. Yeah.
Try.
Okay. There you go.
Boom.
Oh yeah, you can
Whoa.
like do double super
Could have
with
been a
this.
little juicy there. If you notice, like Sidekick has Fury Break at the start. We used to call the combo breaker system in our game dynamic save.
It's a mouthful.
I wish I liked
It's a
some
lot
of
of
the
words,
characters'
all
art
right?
style more,
So
but I
now
do
just
think
call it
2SKO
break.
has the best
When one of your
versions of them.
champions dies, your
Like
remaining
the
champion will get 50%
2SKO
of their
version
break
of
meter, and it will
Echo is
change
so
to
much
this
better
new
than
meter
like
at the
the
top you
League
see called
OG
Fury Break.
Echo.
These two fuses, Sidekick
Arcane
and,
has a lot of
and
cool designs,
Solo,
though.
they
Like,
actually start
Victor
off
Arcane
with
looks
Fury because of course they don't have another champ. The really cool thing about Sidekick is that the assist character, the assist champion, the person using it, can actually like reduce the combo damage their point is.
Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about was that like 10 characters is low. I don't get why people think that 10 characters in a tag game is worse than 10 characters in a single like 1v1 game. I think a team game having fewer characters is way better than a single player game having few characters. I guess it's just for casuals because they want to see more characters and like pair up characters together. But I really think that's better. What archetypes are you looking forward to being added to this game? There's so many that I would want. I want Dante, aka Samira, which is just like the I have a gazillion moves and like I have a style counter and shit like that. I want a puppet character, so like Azir, Kindred. I think Hui would be cool as well. I'm sure like Akali and stuff like that could be cool too. Like just teleported characters. I think teleported characters are just really fun to play in team games. Like the left-right mix-ups with teleport characters is really sick. LeBlanc could be cool. I like LeBlanc's new design a lot more. I mean, I mostly just know characters from like a little bit from TFT and then Arcane. I think Mel could be cool if she's like a super mobile mage. I think mages in general are pretty cool in fighting games. Twisted Fate could be cool. Just like a lot. This is like a lot of archetypes. I think they've done a really good job so far, though. Like, even though there's a lot of big bodies like Illaoi, Braum, and Darius, I think all the other characters I really like. Like Yasuo, Jinx, Echo, Ari are all sick as fuck characters. Like I really like all of them, and I could see like if I can main all those four in some combination, like that's enough for me. Like I think they're all really
call it
sick.
like combo softener internally, and it makes this really cool visual and sound effect. And you start to learn the timing of combos subconsciously when you're doing it, but you really feel like you can help out.
How do you do it?
So
Yeah,
basically
Katarina's
you
gonna be in the
press
game at some
any
point, but
attack
not at
button
launch,
The
apparently.
moment that the opponent's attack lands. So
we're gonna try it. We're gonna see you do this. The little blue glow is the softener. Ooh,
yeah,
ooh.
a little too early, but
So
yeah,
she's
terrible.
Syndra could be cool too. Yeah. I've only
So
played like
it's
two
actually really
league
fun
games
to
of
like
Syndra.
learn the timing and help out in that way. Again, it's just.
But
another
I
way
like
for
the
someone to
fact
play a
that like you would
support
put
role,
something out and then
as a sidekick.
it manipulate
Then I want
it.
to talk about Juggernaut. So that's the fuse that I have on my side of the screen. This fuse was
what's
one where
Juggernaut?
we talked to a lot of players that let us know like, hey, I really want to get into this game, but I really want to start by just learning a single champion. I don't even want to learn another champion to call assist or help out.
I think
Just
this
wanna
is so
focus
big.
really on
Like,
one
for learning
specific character
for
and
people.
like learn him to the max. And when I'm comfortable, like start to branch out. As a result, we created this Juggernaut fuse, and you literally just have one champion. You start with them. You start with 2
Juggernaut
meters, similar to
plus
Sidekick.
Pulse
There's a max
is gonna
of
be like
5.
the
You
noob
gain
sign,
a
but I think
health,
it's gonna be really good.
and a health boost, and you gain a defensive boost when you're at 30% or less health. You also don't have access to assists. You have access to Fury Break at the round start, similar to Sidekick. This one's interesting in that you can cast self double down, meaning you can do super into super or super into ultimate. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. So we'll do this, and I can do S2 super. I did
Oh, okay. This is a good decision. Some of these characters are more complex than many characters in 1v1. Exactly.
a little
Yeah.
early, but you kind of get the idea, right?
I think
pop
that's what
it,
makes it okay
wait for
for
the
me, though.
juice to
There's not that
happen.
many characters because the
Maybe
characters are
run
so
it.
complex.
You're playing as just
and
as
interesting.
Yasuo, but you pick 2 champs.
Yeah, exactly. You
It'd be a
wanna tell
lot
about
worse
that,
if there was
Clark?
yeah,
only
so
like very
you know,
simple
Sidekick
characters, you know.
and Juggernaut, they're unique in that during gameplay, the point and the assists cannot switch roles. However, during pre-round agency, so when it says ready, fight, we allow in all the fuses.
I think the
for,
amount of characters is only going to be a really bad sign if there's not a really good roadmap. Like, I legitimately think that for the casuals, they kind of just need to double down and just fucking release characters. Like, just hire someone and just like put everyone over making extra characters. Because you need to put like 5 or 6 out the first year, or you're going to really struggle to capture casuals, I think.
players to switch by holding the team
But
button,
I
then you can
think
do a quick
one
tag.
thing, okay, one thing that's noteworthy is that this game has way more. I think this game has way more incentive than most to actually have a really big like post-launch, what's it called, content plan, roadmap, because they don't earn money from people just buying the game. They earn money from people buying champions, which you couldn't also earn, of course, skins, all that stuff, right? So like they're very heavily incentivized that if they want to make money of 2SKO, they're gonna like keep investing in the game and like keep developing characters and skins and shit like that. Just launching the game and leaving it to die actually makes no sense for them, which is pretty encouraging, I think, where even if you think that this game might not do as well as you would hope it to be, I think it's still going to be supported for quite a bit.
It's also the same case for Juggernaut and Sidekick. So in the case of Sidekick, I'm Sean's sidekick, but maybe the next round we want to switch it up a bit. We can switch up the
Schmuckly, thanks so much.
and I am the new point character, and then Sean is my sidekick.
I think the skins are already good, yeah.
If you can pick two characters,
Wait, let me see
ready,
this
fight. We allow in all the fuses for players to switch by holding the team button, then it could do a quick tag. That's also
Oh yeah, this is really smart that you can do sidekick and then like take
the
turns
same case
on,
for Juggernaut
on who's
and
in
Sidekick. So
and who's
in
out.
the case of Sidekick, I'm Sean's sidekick, but maybe the next round we want to switch it up a bit. We can switch at the beginning of the round. And then
I miss
am the
being
new
able to
point
wave
character, and
dash.
Sean is my sidekick. Same for
Oh,
Juggernaut.
look at
as
that,
well.
bro. Look
If
at
you
the
you can pick
movement.
two
Look at
characters,
having
you don't even
movement.
have to play the second character, but you can always switch between
I
them
need this
per round.
game, man.
Say like Tom and Clock are just rocking my Yasuo, and I lose that round. But you know, I've done a little bit of look ahead. I know they're not good against Darius, so at the start of the next round, I'll just like
Yeah,
hold that team button
Sidekick
and switch to
and
Darius.
Juggernaut
But
is gonna be amazing.
Again,
for
at that
Crushing.
round, I got only Darius.
You're locked in.
Yeah. Another mechanic that only Juggernaut gets access to, which is something
I
we
think it's
call
gonna be
eject.
fine, Lolo,
So,
as long as you
because the team button
because
has
you can
no
just
assist to
swap.
call, and there's no tag launcher.
You can
or
just
another
swap
champion
who's
to tag
playing.
to. Just
Like,
hitting
you
team,
go back to lobby.
causes this eject state, which forces their point character out and forces that assist character
they have
in.
snap?
Now that's their new point. And so you could do things like this, and you know there's a little bit of guess, like you know.
Oh, it has
Clock's
snap mix.
amazing. He got that block, you know.
Yeah, that's
please
actually
don't
really
gas him up
cool.
Too much, like I won't be able to deal with that.
I
but,
kind of hope there's gonna be one or two viable
What can I say? What
Juggernaut
can I say?
characters.
he does a good defense. But again, like you know, Juggernaut was just something that we really wanted, like folks to just focus on that one character and get in there and get in
Hey,
the mix.
we're E-boys.
And so you also notice again.
How responsive was the game when you played? I think it felt
And it starts with,
very
Fury
good,
right out
but
the
the
gate.
version
Again,
I
we'll talk a little bit
played
about-
was very brand new. Like a lot of the changes they had made were like very, very new at that time still. And now they have like taken those things and like pushed them far. So this is one thing that I think is pretty important, that if you're worried about like how fast they're developing things, stuff like that, the only thing I'm really afraid of is like some of the characters. But the gameplay mechanics and like the polish, I'm actually not that afraid of it, because basically what happened was that we played one of the versions, or not me, but other people played one of the versions. Then a month later, they made a ton of changes because people didn't like that version that much. And then they made basically a beta version of this edition with like tech rolls, the new fuses, and all this shit. And that was put together in like a month, like really fucking fast. And then now they have like that version that I played was very unfinished, but like it had all the good concepts, but it was like, you know, it was very unfinished. It was very clearly like, yeah, we're trying this. This might have a glitch. This might have a thing. But in the time since then, which wasn't that long ago, it was when Arcane Season 2 released, right? Or somewhere around there. I forget exactly when. They have gotten a lot of polish and like a lot of things done. Like, I think they are actually much faster developing than people realize. They have just made really big changes.
Fury later. The next thing I want to talk about was Limit Strike. So again, this is along the lines of really just enabling y'all to have some really interesting decisions.
I don't think I can
in all
say
kinds
how
of
many
situations
characters
at
that I
various points
played.
of the fight. One of the ways our combos work is that if you do like what we
But I
call
did
like a
play
major
characters that were
reaction,
not
like
released.
a
I
ground
think people have
bounce
said
or a
that
wall
already.
bounce or a tumble, you do one of those in a combo, you don't get another one. So if you try to do another one, it just ends the combo. But now, depending on what you end the combo with, you get a little bit of a bonus on top of it. So I'll give you an example. If you end a combo after you've already done a reaction with a ground bounce, you get extra damage. If you do another wall bounce, you get extra meter. So you see extra meter bonus pops up on the bottom left. And then if you do like another tumble, if I was good enough,
I think this
hard
is a
knock.
really cool thing, by the way. I just hope it's going to be easy enough to get hard knockdown. But basically, the fact that you can get hard knockdown by doing double wall slump, I think it's good. I also think it's going to be fun to like have the way options of like, do I go for extra meter with the double wall bounce? Do I go for extra hard knockdown with double slump? And do I go for extra damage with double ground bounce? Or do I go for something different, like a reset or something for the best Oki? Like, I think and also tag launcher. Like, I think the best thing about this version of the game compared to the previous one, also like all the control stuff and more features being added, I think is you don't always do the full combo into this perfect knockdown. That was the biggest problem of the previous game. And it's a problem that a lot of team games have always had, where like you do a 15-20 second combo and then you do a fucked up Oki and you just twerk on them with like two 50-50s, right? I think it's good now that like the game feels a lot more like you're making choices. Like, okay, I can't kill in this hit, so I'm not going to cash out. I'm going to go for like a short combo into a hard knockdown. Or I'm really far ahead this game, right? Like they have one character with 50 HP. I'm just going to go for the double wall bounce. So I'm going to build meter for the next round. Like I think a lot of combo variety really, really helps the game feel more dynamic, because you're not like, even when a good player beats up a bad player, they're not doing it by just doing the same combo over and over again. And I think seeing the same combo over and over again is maybe the biggest form of frustration that like people have across all skill levels, because you're just like, oh wow, I got hit, and then
I can't
exact like
roll
whether it's the
forward or back, so I'm
low
kind
or
of
the high
stuck
or the cross up,
holding
it
whatever
all
matchup I
goes
have.
into the exact same combo.
Another thing I want to
that
talk about
loops.
was meter and damage decoupling. So we saw a lot of routes in Alpha Lab 1 that kind of resulted in, how do I get the hard knockdown? And hey, what is the most damage and meter I can get like to get there? But in Alpha Lab 1, these things, meter and damage, weren't decoupled. So it meant a lot of the decisions around the routes that you would pursue just weren't very interesting. As a result, this new
too.
version that you're going to play, meter and damage are now separated from one another. And attacks build very specific amounts of meter, independent of the
Dude,
damage
look at how
done.
sick that.
And this
Look at how like nice and
Yeah, and from
flowy
that
this
hard
combo
knockdown,
looks
I
like,
can't
now.
roll forward or back, so I'm kind of stuck holding whatever.
These things, meter and damage, weren't decoupled. So it meant a lot of the decisions around the routes that you would pursue just weren't very interesting. As a result, in this new version,
Like,
that
the
you're gonna
combos look
play,
so smooth now
meter and
'cause of
damage are
less
now
of stop.
separated from one another. And attacks build very specific amounts
Yeah,
of meter,
this is a sick-ass
independent of
combo,
the damage
dude.
done.
This is like
and this
a
just allows you
super
to choose
combo.
like, hey, do I want to pick a specific route for damage, or do this other route that might do less damage but maybe gives me more meter, or even positioning as well.
Yeah, so this combined with the limit strike system, we really want to give players a lot of decision making within their combos based on how they start, based on how they want to end, and their champions and how they can capitalize on
Oh, they made that. They
Exactly.
made
And,
judgment cut way faster.
These things, meter and damage, weren't decoupled. So it meant a lot of the decisions around the routes that you would pursue just weren't very interesting.
Maybe Alki. I'm trying to kind of
As a
stay away
result,
from
in this
Smash
new version that
stuff
you're
for
going
a
to
bit,
play,
but I
meter
might.
and damage are now separated from one another. And attacks build.
Dude,
How do I get the hard knockdown?
Look
Damage
at the
are now
Kara
just weren't
slice
very
here.
Interesting.
I
As a
miss
result,
him.
in this new version that you're going to play, meter and damage are now separated from one another. And attacks build very specific amounts of meter, independent of the damage done. And this just
Okay, so
allows
this
you
one builds almost a full meter and does 442.
to choose like, hey, do I want to pick a specific route for damage, or do this other route that might do less damage but maybe gives me more meter, or even positioning as well.
Yeah, so this combined.
Oh, this one gives more meter,
The limit strike system. We really want to give
but only did 419 damage.
players a lot of decision making within their combos based on how they start, based on how they want to end, and their champions and how they can capitalize off of these different enders.
This combo route
Exactly.
is brand
And
new.
Clock talked a little bit about like hard knockdown, limiting.
Yeah, so
some
this one did
options.
way
And so,
less. How much meter did that build?
more meter,
How
or,
much
or
is the
even
final one? So
positioning
it builds
as well.
one.
Yeah, so this
one
combined
builds
with the
1
limit strike
meter.
system, we really want to give players a lot of decision making within their combos based on how they start, based on how they want to end, and their champions and how they can capitalize off of these different enders.
Exactly. And Clock talked a little bit about like hard knockdown.
Oh, okay. That one actually doesn't build that much more meter because the previous part of it didn't give that much. But you can probably do a route that builds like a fuck ton of
limiting
meter.
some options. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that. We actually gave you some options when you get knocked down.
Same.
So that you're not just
Yo,
like,
Young Us One,
stuck
thanks so
there
much for
and
the
having
year.
to just guess for your life all
Praying
the
Mantis.
time
Who's the
over
Praying
and over
Mantis
again.
guy?
And literally just stuck in the front. I want to talk a little bit more about that. We actually gave you some options when you get knocked down so that you're not just like stuck there and having to just guess for your life all the time over and over again and literally just stuck in the forever vortex off of everything. So when we knock you down, actually let me use a different one. I'll just,
You can sweep me.
okay, I'll just sweep you. You have a bunch of options now, so you can hold forward and roll forward. And this, as you saw, this does go
Okay,
through
so
you. And this
a lot of
can
people are going to be
avoided.
concerned about this, like saying it's a free get out. So the good thing about this is that like the reason why it's not broken is because you can dash and cross someone up really fast. Like rolling out has the issue of if they try to dash you, you basically get 50-50 meaty. It's I don't know if it's gonna be as hard or as easy to cross someone up, but basically at high level, at the very least, rolling out will not be a big issue. Or like it's gonna be a strong option. You're always gonna keep it in mind, but it's a risky option.
Out the corner. You can also hold backwards and roll back. And then you still like can use your get up attack as well.
Oh, sorry. I was holding down. There you go. All right.
And that's just like holding S1 or S2.
Yeah, and we've also made a change to the get up attack in that it breaks armor now. So you can't just like blow through get up attacks with armor.
Yeah, we were seeing a lot of folks just really reduce all the decisions on wake up just by getting some ice on Brahm's shield and doing an armored swing, and even like beating get up attack was pretty rough. I want to talk a little bit about assist speed as well. And so some of the assists in our game were just flying in way too quick. Like they just instantly appear, like Darius Shoulder, Echo Chrono Strike, Ari Spirit Rush. It was like right away. There was like no reaction time whatsoever. And so we slowed it down a little bit. So the assist that comes in, it
I'm
went from
going to
10
America
frames
to
to 15
release, I
frames,
think, at some point.
Just allowing for a little bit more interaction as well.
For this thing.
So like I was even able to I wouldn't have been able to block that before. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, so let's talk about the feedback surrounding player agency. We heard that most players didn't mind making mistakes, but did mind when they frequently found themselves in zero agency states for long periods of time. So we've been working on some changes designed to increase the fun uptime and reduce the amount of time you spend trapped in the corner, getting comboed, et cetera, et cetera. So first up, let's talk about dynamic save. We're now calling dynamic save break. And
Thank you.
yeah, the hitbox now gets bigger over time, and then blocking break is easier to combo from. So yeah. Hey. You also get 50% break meter after a champion dies. Why? Well, we saw and heard that how hard it was to make a comeback. So even when
I hope the combat mechanics are not too strong right now. Getting 50% break from a character dying is pretty huge.
folks were evenly skilled, it's hard to come back. As a result, we removed Fury as a fuse and now have a new system.
Is Yasuo
Fury
fast or
break.
am I tripping?
It shows up in some of the new fuses. And even when folks were evenly skilled, it's hard to come back. As a result, we removed Fury.
I feel
as a
like he's
fuse,
faster.
And we now have a new system called Fury Break. It shows up in some of the new fuses. So when a champion dies, you gain 50% break meter and becomes Fury Break, which gives you a 25% damage boost and a 25%
Oh, dude, I really
break
like
meter
the
and
effect
becomes
on this, like the
Fury
Fury Break.
which gives you a 25%.
The only thing
Damage
the actual thing I'm scared about is, I think being able to call assist when you're solo is a little bit
25%
weird.
damage reduction. You can activate this the same way as you activate break by pressing, S1 or S2 plus the team button. Of course, if you're playing duos. Then
Yeah,
your
he also
duo
does
that
feel
for you.
faster.
There are several.
I'm a
types
big
of,
fan.
Fury break activations.
I think that faster catches
Sean's doing it
feel
offensively,
cool.
so you do it in the middle of a combo. It does a wall bounce, and you get, it allows for follow-ups.
Oh, yeah,
you
this
can
is
end your
like
combo with it to
bursting
increase your damage, or do
an
it
extra
at the beginning of the
almost,
combo
where you
to
could like
increase
use
your
it more
damage.
offensively.
Um,
Oh, I guess it's like Blaze Blue.
The bonuses that you get, so like the damage.
Fuck, what is it called in Blaze
reduction
Blue?
and the damage boost, it allows for 10 seconds when you do it offensively. Similarly, if you do it.
This is so sick too, because this is gonna add so many like
bonuses.
specific combos that you do when you want to make a comeback.
So you can Fury Break here. Yeah.
Yeah, overdrive.
So similarly, Sean has Fury Break activated right now, also lasts 10 seconds. The big difference is that if he does it in neutral, so if he doesn't do it offensively or defensively, just does it in neutral, the bonus actually lasts for 20 seconds. So, we want
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Oh yeah, I think that's also cool that you can do like a raw Fury install. You don't have to spend it on
But,
offense or
that means
on
you can't use
defense.
it in a combo, and that also means you can't use it to save yourself. So
Yeah.
that's sort of trade.
Oh, I think the most concerning thing, I don't know if it's still in. The most concerning thing I remember was that before, when you bursted, you still got Fury. Maybe you only got Fury when it was your last character, but I remember specifically playing the version of the game where I bursted and then I ran up and I did an overhead and I Fury canceled it. So like even though you bursted, you have enough meter to like do one of the Fury cancels.
Sure. One of the great things about Fury Break is when you're in that Fury state, you can dash cancel, and it removes 5 seconds off the clock. So after your remaining time, rather. And so I'll go ahead and show you. I have it on. You can dash cancel any special or normal, as long as you have it left on hit or block, which is really powerful. And so I'll show you like some fun stuff. Let's see if clock can block this.
Oh my.
So.
I think it's a good way though to make it so that you can use your entire character's kit even when you don't have an assist, basically.
There's a lot
But
of
the thing I'm scared about
No, you
is
would've blocked
that
it.
if
So,
you,
it's kind of the idea.
since you let solo characters also use assists, I think the assist has to be on a longer cooldown or something, or have some other problem, because I feel like solo characters have too much right
Yeah,
now.
like, hey, you're in this Fury state. It's still similar, we call it Fury Break. It's still similar, like it works like a combo breaker. You can.
But I
you
mean,
can still,
both people get access
them off
to
if
it,
you
so it's
have
not
a
like
little
a
bit of time.
huge
But
issue, I think.
hey, if you want to use this thing offensively, if you want to like pressure, like if you just block, like, sorry if I do this, they're stuck there for a second, so like they have to guess now, like, and then.
Ooh.
So there's a lot
It
of
would
pressure
be
to be had.
This is
What
like
it is when it comes down to Fury and Fury
Brolic
Break.
type
I know
thing,
again we
but I
show
think it
like
might be
Juggernaut and Sidekick, and
interesting.
they start with it on.
I think
because,
having ways to spend
they
offensive
only have
burst is
those
good.
single champions up front.
It just
but
can't be as good
any
as
other
Wild
fuse
Assault.
like Double Down.
Wild Assault is
2x
a
assist,
too good way to spend
freestyle.
burst on offense.
Once your first champion dies, just remember you get that 50% Fury Break meter, and Fury Break is on. It's ready to go. Like once you decide to use it.
Cool, so let's talk about push block. We got a lot of feedback in Alpha Lab 1 that push block was just not available enough. It cost 1 bar, so the cost was pretty steep.
Juggernaut
And
is
also,
not meant to be viable at top level.
If you didn't
It's
have
like-
any
it's
meter,
just a,
then you were just stuck.
it's
and you
like,
couldn't push block at all.
just for learning.
Now it no longer costs a bar of super meter. Now it's performed by pressing the team button while you're blocking. And if you are the assist, then the assist is the one responsible for the push block. Internally, we call this push assist. So this shares a cooldown with your assist.
It's gonna be
So
weird to play duos with this. You have to push block as the other person.
And also allows you to handshake tag after a successful push assist.
Yeah, I think
So,
they
it's
buff.
much
They're
more
buffing
available
defense a
now.
lot. I hope
You
they're
have
still
to
gonna be
make a
really
choice
good
between,
offense.
calling your assist.
But I
and
don't
defensive pressure
mind
versus
defense being
and
like
if you're
neutral
playing
being
with
a bigger
duo,
part.
Your duo is
I
responsible.
just don't
for
want
protecting
defense
you
to be
from
so
pressure.
big, so broken that like
Tom,
you don't feel
you gotta help me out here
as
when
if
it comes to getting shot
you're
off of
in an advantage after you.
All right, let's see.
Like I don't want it to just be strike throw offense,
Kind of
because you can't like do any setups with a roll and shit like that.
So air tech, we saw a lot of combos which were not, real combos during Alpha Lab 1 since folks were not air teching, and holding a normal attack button while getting comboed was just really unintuitive. So we decided
I
to
don't
make
know
it
if psychic
occur
is viable.
automatically.
I think they're
Like,
both
this
made
seems
to
cool,
be
but like, say I do a
worse,
combo
though.
and you air tech back.
I think
right?
psychic is only going to be
Can't we
viable
just,
if
like,
one
juggle you there,
character
like,
is
for a long
so
time?
much better than the
what
other
we've
character.
done to combat that is you can
Or like
opt
one
out of
combo, right?
automatic
So
air
like
tech by holding
Darius
down.
with
Oh,
Jinx
interesting.
assist.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
we
like
want to prevent any sort
unbelievably
of like
broken.
checkmate situations and give you
To the
another
point
option
where
to
you would
protect
rather have
against
30%
offense.
more
But
health
of course, if I'm
on
holding down and
on
Sean
Jinx
knows I'm
and
holding
no
down, he can
handshake
just, like, launch me
tag
again or something,
versus having
just keep hitting me.
Jinx and Darius.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So not a real combo, but that's the sort of trade-off between air teching and not air teching.
We do take those though. We do take those.
So OTG changes in Alpha
Wait,
Lab 1.
what does
we
it
heard a
say
lot
about
of
air teching? Can you hold
Not a
down
real-
to not air
people
tech?
launch me again or something. You can just keep hitting me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So not a real combo, but that's the sort of trade-off between air teching and not air teching.
We do take those though. We do take those.
So, OTG changes in Alpha Lab 1, we heard a lot of feedback that, it was
I don't
pretty
think it
boring
was a
to
massive
end, like,
deal.
A,
I think
a
peop-
combo with OTG.
I think
which,
people
in Alpha
are
Lab 1, it
overreacting
forced
to
the
this
back
one, but I
roll,
have to-
and then it really
I have to
put you,
see.
at your
I
opponent's
personally
mercy
like
to-
not
to
having
their
to hold
wake-up
a button
games, right? So
to air
now
tech.
when you do a weak OTG on the ground, we give you
The one
same
thing is
suite
that it's going to be
of,
awkward if
get-up
holding down
actions
back
as
makes
we
you
do
not
for
air
the
tech.
knockdowns. Yeah, I can roll back.
Oh
And I can
yeah.
do my get-up
Oh
attack.
yeah, OTG doesn't do much now.
Another one that we focused on was reducing combo length. Combos were too long or felt too long. We made a lot of adjustments with the goal of just like shortening them and the feel in general. So for one, you can no longer call assists after a tag launcher.
This is a good thing. This is a really good thing. It was so degenerate that you did a full combo, then you tag launched, then you did a combo, then you called the assist. Like,
And you can also no longer tag after performing a double down super or supers with both champions in one combo. As an example, in Alpha Lab 1, we were seeing combos with multiple double downs in them, and it was taking a very long time. We also reduced hit pause across the board.
news complaint, I think, is that we're going to get the meta where we cover both and just loop it when we're forced air tech. Yeah, but you can hold down to not air tech. Right? So they just changed the input.
Which we talked about a little earlier, but this really makes combos feel a lot shorter. It also makes the game feel a little bit faster as well. I also want to talk a little bit about red health regeneration. There were a lot of games where like a champion would get damaged with a lot of remaining red health, and then once that red goes away, you see that gray there, and that gray is what actually heals up. People would just literally run away for a really long time, and a big factor in this was not just how easy it was to run away, but mainly just how long it took for that health to regenerate. We made a regenerate at a speed which just allows players to get back into the action faster and make a decision where it's like,
It's not a
hey,
huge
like this
change,
player's
but I
gonna
think
come
it's-
online
I
pretty
think it's
soon.
good.
Like let me get back out there. And then I want to talk a little bit about dead assists. Dead assists? What are you talking about? Well, a big change we made.
I didn't understand the reasoning being that holding a button to air tech is intuitive when every fighting game does that. I think every fighting game that has hold a button to air tech is unintuitive in it, honestly, because I think casuals don't hold a button, or they mash a button, which makes it inconsistent.
It is really allowing you to use your assists after they've been KO'd. You see Echo off screen only has 2 bars. So even though Echo's KO'd, Tom can still do assists, can do super assists.
I think it's fine
He's
to
still
just
very
hold
much
down,
in the
so-
action. And we've
Yeah,
actually
most
just found
casuals
that
don't
a lot
even,
more
like,
fun.
back roll in
When you combine
Street
that
Fighter,
with
stuff
him
like
being able
that.
to like push block with the team button, there's a lot to do, even if you accidentally get KO'd early. Or are you going to go ahead and use this super assist? You're going to use it now and clutch out the round? You're going to waste it, and then your teammate's going to be like, oh my
I
god,
think
you
mashed
should've saved it for
attack is the
next
worst,
round. Now that's your decision.
That shit is
that's
so
you,
annoying.
and then that fight is yours to fight with your teammate as well. We still want there to be some counterplay, so like I said before, Tom, if you call your assist out, and you'll notice like that's a 7-second cooldown, and it's a long time, and so you can get your window back to you're gonna waste it and then the action. And we've actually just found that a lot more fun. And when you combine that with him being able to like push block with the team button, there's a lot to do, even if you accidentally get KO'd early. Or are you going to go ahead and use this super assist? You're going to use it now and clutch out the round? You're going to waste it, and then your teammate's going to be like, oh my god, you should have saved it for the next round. Now
It's
that's
interesting, yeah, that if you use a super assist,
your decision.
You're not going to be able to push block for a long time.
That's you, and then that fight is yours to fight with your teammate as well. We still want there to be some counterplay. So like I said before, Tom, if you call your assist out, and you'll notice like that's a 7-second cooldown, and it's a long
if you
time.
Hit,
you know,
if you
so
hit an assist,
you can get your window back to
they're
try to
gone for a long
turn the
time.
Finally, we felt like super jumps were too predictable and also received similar feedback in that vein. So as a result, we allow you to hold forward, back, or down to drift in these directions for a super jump, allowing you to keep your opponent guessing and have a bit more freedom in how you navigate a number of situations. So this is my regular super jump right here, right? I can get that same distance and like hold it back.
Ooh,
you can also hold down when you super jump to sort of affect the angle that much more. So we just wanted to give you a little bit more.
If you hold
agency
down, you
over
jump
your
shorter
arc with super jumps. Yeah, we had a lot of work that we wanted to do in order to improve clarity and excitement, whether you're playing or spectating. It's also
That's really cool. There's gonna be some dirty fucking mix with super jump air drift.
A ton of feedback that you all provided us around experiences with both. One note we heard was sometimes in a match, champions were too close together and it was pretty hard to tell what was happening. So as a result, we increased the collision pill size so that now.
This is just like a smart change. Like it just makes the game look a bit clearer.
Now they are more visually separated during combat. Assist cooldown. So we heard from you all that the location for the assist cooldown timer was too far from the action. So we centralized this around the match timer. That way it's easier to see in the middle than it is on the sides of the screen where it was before. Another thing that we heard were wall bounces were really fast and hard to follow up on. So we changed the animation for it and slowed it down a bit to make for easier combos. So here, I'm gonna jump up so you can wall.
Oh yeah, wall bouncing was like always
so, Jinx right here is falling much slower than she would have in Alpha Lab 1, so it just makes it a lot easier.
But I think now you can hold down to make
tag.
super jump
We
shorter.
received a lot of feedback that handshake tag, while your assist was getting hit, was not only confusing but frustrating as well. So we just took that functionality out. So
yeah, there's a lot of cool changes.
Tom, maybe. Tom, you come. Yeah. And then I'm gonna try to handshake tag and I can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So get hit one more time.
Yeah, that always felt.
Yeah. So I'm trying to handshake tag and I can't.
Really good change.
So,
I don't get why you hate it, because you can still hold down.
We heard
to
that
not
sometimes
fall
it's really hard to understand how you got opened up, especially
it's just a different input.
Hectic, heat of the moment battles. So we decided to add an indicator for incorrect blocking. So for example, I'm going to be blocking low here and Sean's going to hit me high.
Let me just stand. Let me hit you with the normal low, just so you can see the difference.
Got it.
So just stand there.
Yeah. So that's me getting hit normally, and then this is me, blocking high.
See the yellow shards coming off.
Yeah. And same thing with overhead.
Interesting.
And you can see here that we've actually the colors are a bit more striking.
Then you can also just cover the tech options. There's no tech. Why is that different from before? I don't get it. I feel like you're. I guess you can't down tech now, but you can neutral tech, which is. There was never a down tech, I think. There's only neutral and back and forward. It wasn't like Dragon Ball where there was down tech. Was there? I don't remember there being down tech. Either way, I think between having forward tech, neutral tech, back tech, and delay tech in either direction, I think there's enough to where you're not going to be able to mix people up. I don't think there was.
Whether it's high or low, so that you can tell.
I don't think there was a down tech.
Hit high or low. So
I think they would have mentioned if they removed the tech.
And you'll be able to defend against those situations in the future. So celebrating outplays. Finally, when you do something amazing, we want to make sure that everyone in and out of the game knows it.
These are like small touches that I think are really
required
big.
To reach this moment. So now
I actually like the overhead animation a lot.
So celebrating outplay, you'll know exactly why it's high or low, so that you can tell. See here that we've actually the colors are a bit more striking, whether it's high or low, so that you can tell the difference between getting hit high or low. So you'll know exactly whether it's.
Wait, let me see.
And you can see.
No.
Yeah, that's
and
low.
Same thing with overheads. And you can see here that we've actually the colors are a bit more striking, whether it's high or low, so that you can tell.
It's gonna be cool to hit overhead and like have that yellow. Like
you'll know exactly why.
it's gonna be
you got
subtle,
hit,
but I
and you'll
think
be able
getting
to defend against
hitting
those
someone
situations
overhead
in the
and like
future.
having that
So
shit
celebrating
happen,
outplays, finally,
having a different color
we
when
do
you
something
counter hit
amazing.
someone,
Wanna
like
make
all
sure
that
that
shit.
everyone in and out of the game knows it, and the height matches and skill required to reach this moment. So now a successful physical parry. We put some presentation on it, so. Yeah, so yeah, we've slowed it down. Yeah, first try. Huh? very, very rare moment. So you know,
It's the same
put some
color, but they're
presentation
just
on it.
different
We added some time
animation.
dilation and some, and we want
I think the parry freeze looks really good
to
now.
make sure that the effects weren't covering up the champs as well. So you know, clarity and presentation. Similarly, we've added new presentation on the moment when you punish a retreating guard.
This one is also great.
Yeah, you block high and then. Oh.
Like
so
that,
as you can
yeah.
see, we have some, you know, we're slowing down or additional hit pause as well. Some of the effects were, you know, we consider this a big outplay moment.
Yeah, it's also pretty cool since you have a little bit more time to hit confirm and see what you want to do if you might do. Yeah. So I'll show you. Go to block. So call Darius to do something special there. There we go.
Yeah.
We got there.
Yeah, so it's presentation, clarity, but also gives you a bit more time to hit confirm.
That's
As
good.
you
That's
guys
like
have
a
seen,
negative to spam.
Like Jinx is our newest champion. We are super excited. She is our take on a zoner character. It's really important that we have a broad variety of archetypes, and this is our first like true like sort of keep you out and frustrate your character.
Another big thing about this game, by the way, that the Alpha Lab did not really show, is that this game is a lot about like projectile assist in this game is really fucking strong. Like horizontal projectile
She's
assist,
like a genius
her
inventor.
regular
She's
assist.
created all these gadgets, and she uses them to fight and keep you at bay and frustrate you. She's all about disruption, chaos, explosions, and just has a lot of fun doing it. And her game plan is basically to
Jinx
kind of fill the
looks so
screen with
fun.
garbage and stay one step ahead of you, frustrate you, confuse you.
Oh wait, look at this. Can I?
And
I didn't realize this. There's like it shows like here at the bottom, Jinx, P4, Echo, P3, and then like the Fuse as well. That's really good, I think, because like I remember thinking that sometimes that when I picked my characters, I would forget which order they were and which Fuse I had.
And yeah, just take you down that way.
God, hello.
Dude, this color is so sick. It also like changes the color of her like.
I'll start with her normals.
weapons
You know,
and
she got a
shit.
little light, medium, heavy, and she got her little crouch light, medium, heavy. Her down forward light's a little slide. You know, get some.
Wait,
And keep you
let
at
me
bay.
look at this again.
God, I love her taunts. They're so good. I'll start with her normals. You know, she got a
So jab looks standard.
little light, medium,
Medium,
heavy.
heavy. Her heavy looks sick.
And she got her little crouch light, medium, heavy. Her down
Oh, the medium is like the crouching medium is like horizontal.
forward
right
light's
there.
a little slide.
She has a
you know, get some
slide.
distance. And then you know, she's got like a running medium.
Ooh,
attack,
this one looks
which
cool.
is, you know, the low, and you can combo off
She-
of it.
she
which is
really
cool.
slides in.
So she can go in. You know, she's not just keep you out forever. Like you might want to pick your spots to go in. She's also got down forward heavy, you know, which is an overhead, and you know, she can combo off of it and do some stuff there. But yeah, she's got like a
It's interesting because her overhead looks very slow. Like this is probably like 27.
go in. She's also got down forward heavy.
Let's count. Come on. Come on.
You know,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25. Yeah, 25, 26.
which is an
like-
over.
It's like definitely reactable, but overheads in this game are very good when you combine them with, you combine them with assists that cover them, or handshake tag, like doing an overhead and then tag into another character, and either doing 2L low or not.
overhead, and you know, she can combo off of it and do
Another interesting part about overheads is that they beat parry. So if you do meaty overhead, it will beat a meaty low parry, for example.
stuff there. But yeah, she's got like a couple things here, and one thing I want to call out too is her M's all use her zapper, and that will actually come into play with how it interacts with her kit.
Okay, she's like a resource character.
I want to talk about her specials. So she's bringing out Pow Pow, and she's shooting that machine gun. The cool thing is, as you saw, mine only did 6 hits, but Clock's did 12. It's because you can hold it. So you just want to hold it and grind it out, you can, which is really fun. You can also hold up to extend it. And so you can hold it and then hold up and hold it, and you can get 20 hits out of this thing, which is pretty fun. You know, we'll talk about like yeah, that's a really cool point as well. One of Jinx's unique abilities is that she can cancel her S1s into her S2, and so her S2 is missile, and she can cancel this on hit or block into missile. You can lift them up and then cancel into a missile and things like that. So she does have a lot of opportunities to use both her S1 or S2 specials together. Talking a little bit, she has a back S1, which is a nice little like anti-air spread, which again, you can combo this into missile, like when they jump in and try to follow up.
This is good zone control.
She's got an air S1, so she's grinding it out mid-air. Which is really cool as well, and you can.
Dude, her
again,
jump
combo
arc
that
is
into
really
missile.
really
So I'll
crazy.
go ahead and just like.
She's such
show
a
you
like
real quick.
aggressive jump arc.
You can cancel it right
It's not
away.
floaty
So,
at all,
that's
which I
unique
really
to her.
prefer.
All right, let's talk about her S2 specials. So that's
Does she
her,
have any
rocket.
air movement,
She's
or is she
shooting
just
that out of her
regular jump?
awesome weapon, Fishbones.
And specials?
You can shoot one on the
She
ground.
might not
you can
have
shoot
any
it in the
air
air.
reactions or anything.
You can also hold it, which takes a second to come out, but then it flies out really fast. She can also shoot it down while she's in the air. And this hits you. It also hits OTG, so you can do some cool fun
Oh
stuff with
yeah,
that.
this gives
She's
her
also
like
got
a
down
mini
S2,
jump.
which is a rocket jump. She can hit down, down forward, or down back. So
Yeah,
it's
it's like
really
a short
unique
hop
movement
almost.
option that she can act out of. And it also hits OTG, so you can find some fun stuff with that. And then she has a back S2, so you might notice.
Yeah, I
this
think the game is
meter,
looking really polished.
just above the super
I'm
bars
so
with her
excited.
zapper. When it's full, you hit back S2. She shoots a zapper projectile, and this thing lights you up, electrifies you, and you get a free follow-up.
And, like visually, it looks so sick.
I know you're trying to go for that zapper combo. Look, we definitely got that on tape, all right? Also, I want to talk a lot about like her traps and how her kind of kit like revolves around and interacts
This
with
shit
them.
looks so sick.
So the first thing is she's got chompers. You do this with forward S1, and you tap it, and it has this little patrol of like front, back, and then after a bit of time, it explodes. Again, for counterplay, if you hit her or she blocks, like it goes away. You can also just knock that thing away with projectiles or attacks, and it'll disappear. Then she can also hold forward S1 and throw
Dude,
the chomper.
the timing for the weekend.
That's actually really
in
cool.
April is actually perfect.
You notice
though.
the eyes are completely off when she's throwing it, is not active. So go ahead and throw it at me, Clock. So even though it hit me, it's still on the ground active.
I really hope it's
But
gonna
then
come out soon though.
once it's active,
Please
if it
come
touches
out
you,
in like August or
it's
July.
gonna lock
or, like,
on. It's gonna explode
September at
after a little
worst.
bit of time. So the name of the game is like, do you put it out? But then do you use your buttons in really cool ways to get it over to
This
the
shit is so
opponent,
sick,
right?
man.
And so you know, like when you look at this like Crouch M or you look at this S1, there's a lot of ways you can interact with chompers. Yeah, you could do stuff like that. That's actually
my
ridiculous.
God, dude.
You can also swat it around with a hammer.
Dude, I already love that Echo can do this, and now Jinx can do it too. I wonder if you can hit them with the other characters. I'm assuming you can't.
Heavy.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so, and another really cool thing too is her assists. Speaking of chompers, you know when you do a team that calls chompers, and you notice it attaches on block even, and they have to like you can parry the explosion, but it's something they really have to pay attention to. And then of course her back assist is her S2. Was that a parry attempt that I just saw there?
Yeah,
Maybe
Jinx
that's,
looks like she's gonna be
yeah,
very good with double
okay,
down.
Let's see. We're gonna give you a chance. Okay. we
By
got
the
that.
way, a really big buff to double down is that like push block is no longer metered. I think that's actually like an insanely big thing, because now you're gonna have so much more meter to over because you don't spend on push blocking every mix
got
up.
there. That's like one of her little traps. Another one is monkey.
So I think
You do this
double
with
down might be
S1,
broken now.
And she puts this monkey out, and it'll go across the screen. And once it reaches the champion, it explodes, the enemy champion.
I guess you can't use double. How does it work? Since you can call assist now, when they're dead. Do you guys think you can use double assist when your assist is like the other character's dead? Because you can't double handshake tag when the other character's dead. I'm assuming you can't double down. No, you probably can't double assist when one of them's dead.
However, you can hit the down S1 again, and she can raise or lower the height, which is really fun.
Oh yeah, this is sick too.
And as Tom mentioned before, hey, hitting the chompers with like, you know, her specials and normals, you can do the same thing with Monkey as well. You can smack it. They kind of bounce into each other. And then like you could do stuff like this. Here, I'll go ahead and reset it to the middle. So just don't move. Sorry. So don't move at all. So you can do stuff like this. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see. If I can
Oh, this looks sick. Ooh, like that
So-
crosses up too.
So
Nah.
there's a lot of really clever things you can do with it. Like, and it really depends on your timing and how you execute there. But another cool thing that you can do with the Monkey is that you can actually charge it with your zapper. And so that's your
Cooler
zapper
Venom.
special.
Maybe
with
actual
the
good
bar
Venom.
at the bottom of the screen. but also
Non-dog
your
shit
M
Venom.
button. So let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So if you hit it, it actually like gets charged. It goes
Oh.
faster, and then it's gonna like quickly electrify them. You get a combo afterwards, which is really fun. Same if you do this with the zapper. And maybe that
Dude,
hits.
there's gonna be
maybe
like
it doesn't. You
specific
know, we'll see if you can time it better
combos
than I
when
can.
you have zap. versus
But
when
again,
you
this
don't.
one's a little interesting. That's really durable. Projectile. So if you just you hit it with a normal attack, it'll kill it. But try shoot rockets at it. Yeah, so the projectiles just
Oh,
push
it just
it
keeps
back,
going.
and so that's one of the strengths compared to Chompers, which just gets destroyed by everything. And so I want to talk a little bit about her supers. So her S1 super, which you remember, it's S1 plus any normal. So we're gonna do S1 and L. She puts this big rocket in there, and a bunch of fireworks occur. So a really cool thing you can do is you can just like run up and do like light, medium, heavy, hold S1, up S1, and then do her S1 super and get that rocket going. And this is a really fun super because if you can get them in the sweet spot of the explosions, it does a ton of damage.
Interesting. So
Also,
like getting combos that
it's good to catch
specifically
jumpers.
put you in the sweet
Another
spot.
thing I want to talk about a little bit as
gonna
well
be
is
big.
her S2 super. So this one is she takes that zapper and
This
charges it and
super
shoots up.
seems so fucking good. Like being able to snipe assist like this, and
Big
to
beam.
do this and then
Doesn't
double down
It
and
doesn't
like
do as
tag
much
an echo
damage
is
as the
gonna be
fireworks
crazy.
in the sweet spot, but it's great for killing assists. And hitting like multiple people at once. Also, once you activate it, after the activation, you can hold up and angle it upwards. So you can do it, and if someone tries to jump, you can react during that freeze.
Yeah, it does do low
You
damage.
can also shoot it.
This is true.
Shoot it straight in the air or straight down, as Clock showed. And we'll see if we can get this guy going.
It's so easy.
I'm just really bad at this game. Jesus.
There we go.
There we go. I was doing the wrong one. I was doing S1. And so yeah, you can shoot that down. You can shoot it straight. See, he tried to parry. Oh, let's see if we can parry this thing. Hold on. Let's see if we can parry this. Let's see.
Dude, parrying this shit when you're about to get shipped out is gonna be so peak.
You do hate to see a misplay. You do hate to see a misplay.
I like
We
that the parry
attempt.
animation
If you all
seem
can parry
more
that,
unique
send me a
now.
clip. Send us all. Hate to see a misplay. Hold on. Let's see if we can parry this. Let's see.
See like how she has like unique animation now? I feel like they didn't have that before.
You do hate to see a misplay. You do hate to see a misplay, but we like the attempt. If y'all can parry that, send me a clip. Send us all a clip. We want to see it. And you better not whiff at the end either. It has to be like a parry and a punish. That aside, though, there's a lot of, as you can see, there's a lot of utility with the beam. You have S1 plus S2, which is her ult. This is one of my
Super
favorites.
Mega
It's
Death
really
Monkey
sick. So
Death Rocket
she hits
Monkey
this
again.
button, lets it rip, and this thing comes down and explodes and does a lot of damage. The really cool thing is it kind of
This
tracks the
super looks
opponent's
sick.
location a little bit, and that super mega death rocket will land like right in front of them. But also, its height doesn't change. So if like they're in the air, it will hit them in the air as it's falling, which is really cool. Let's see if we can maybe manufacture that. Hit that button, man. Yeah, so you see it brought Clock down, which is really cool as well. And yeah, I showed you a little bit of the assists. I do want to show you the super assist, which is pretty cool. So she shoots a big spread.
This one
And
looks
some
OD.
of our super assists, they
Do
they
this,
look
roll
like,
behind them with echo.
existing supers in the game. But sometimes we want it to be a little bit different. And we're definitely experimenting with a lot of different shapes here. Because it's a pretty fun moment when you come back and the assist helps and gets through it. And so I'll go ahead and reset. We'll go ahead and set the health so I can show you a little bit about like a couple combos, maybe just to kind of like get the juices flowing. I'll go ahead and start with a really fun one that uses a couple over traps. So you can throw the chompers out, throw this out, zap, wait for it to explode, throw it out, hit the beam. Let's see if I timed it right.
So sick, dude.
Oh, I messed it up. I did double down.
That shit looks so
I was
sick.
mashing. I was mashing.
It takes a bit more precision.
It does take a little bit more precision. I do have to double down. We'll give it one more try and we'll see if we can do it. Wait for the chompers to explode.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, I didn't do that.
What are some bread and butters?
Yeah, absolutely. So one cool thing you can do is like I said before, down forward heavy is her overhead, and you can do something like that where you can.
I really
do a
like
rocket
how
jump,
short
immediately
that
like
combo
cancel
is.
that into her.
It's like a
her
specific
air
combo from the
S1
overhead, and
then
you
go
don't
right into
you don't
the
make it
laser.
like the longest combo.
Yeah, one of the bread and butters I
Sometimes you
use is
have
just
just
sort
a
of like a
short combo.
mid-screen
Not
combo
every
that
combo
I
needs to be
showed
like
earlier, which is
full length.
Oh, wrong super.
Second hit.
I don't think so. But you can do it.
It's cool that the fireworks are all green
Oh,
here.
yeah, let me go. Yeah, so it's just like light, medium, heavy, full hold, canceling a rocket, zap.
Into zap,
if I was
yeah.
a little quicker, should get the full. Oh, we got the full. We get the full. Let's see.
Everyone's gonna play this fucking Jinx skin, bro. I can already tell.
There you go. That's nice. I'll go ahead and
Are they
like
master
the one I think
skins?
is the
Did
most
they
fun
say
is
that?
really just like light, medium, heavy. Hold this, lift it up, and then do the fireworks. The cool thing is you can start setting up. So I'm putting a monkey out. I'm throwing a chompers, and there's like already
and the
stuff
can
coming
you
out
link
of
the
on
blog
screen.
post and
How
we'll go
dare
through
you
that
hit that
after?
thing down?
I get it.
That's disrespectful. Let me go ahead and I want to show you like two more really
Yeah,
fun combos
good
again, just to
color
kinda get
awards
the
for
juice
rank
flowing.
would be so
These are pretty
sick.
hard. They took me some time to practice. I didn't make these up. Shout out to the team that made them up. So one of the things I wanted to show off was this unique normal she has back.
This normal
And
looks sick.
this is cool because it puts her airborne. So you can shoot a missile right after it, and you can do a lot of really cool stuff after it. So I want to kind of show you one thing that's cool, and we'll see if we can get it here.
Ooh, that shit looks so sick.
There we go.
Very nice.
Dude, the way they pop
from
from the super is so
all of her
satisfying.
traps is just what
Like
really
it goes like
makes her
boom,
fun.
boom, boom,
You know,
boom.
to a lot of us, all of her traps is just what. There we go.
Look at this. Boom, 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 boom.
How you use her normals in conjunction with all of her traps is just what really like makes her fun. To a lot of us, and we're excited to see you all like dig into it. I'll leave you off with just one more. This one's like pretty hard for me, and so I'm gonna need a lot of tries. I need some cheering from y'all to see if we can get this.
I believe in you, Sean.
This one I'm gonna thank you. I'm gonna try to use Darius assist and use some traps here. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, so this is her dash. So dash, medium, heavy.
All right, that didn't get there.
Dude, like, oh my god, that looks so sick. Look at this. Like, you throw out the chomper, and then you rocket, and the rocket hits the chomper, but then also hits her, which lets the chomper attach.
Oh my god.
We did it. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So, I'm glad I got that.
That's
I'm
such a
glad I got
cool
that.
combo
I'm sweating
out.
a little bit. Shouts to the team. Loving how Jinx looks. There's just so many crazy interactions that you all can come up with here, and we can't wait to see you just like really break it open.
So should we like play some matches?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Some matches.
Yeah, I was figuring we could actually do this in the new ranked lobby that we're cooking up. Everything we've run through today and more will be available in Alpha Lab 2. That playtest is going to run from April 18th.
Dude, just looking at these menus
Here, and we
and
can't
looking
wait
at
to
someone
see you just,
moving
like, really
through this
break it
shit,
open.
So should we
it
like
just
play
looks
some
so
matches?
good, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Some matches.
Oh yeah, these are the skin. This like the fucking God King Darius skin here.
Yeah, I was figuring we could actually
Like going back to Strive and just like trying to move around in the game. It's just so
do this
annoying, dude.
in the new ranked lobby that we're cooking up. Everything we've run through today and more will be available in Alpha Lab 2. That playtest is going to run from April 18th.
I miss this lobby so much. I think it's cool, by the way, that you can have the weapons and shit now
20th in the United
as like actual in-game stuff. They took that from Strive, I guess, but it's a really good change. Let me look at the this thing, the blog posts. I think we'll end the stream there, and then I'll look at the matches tomorrow or something. It's getting pretty late. Jinx, but
You got him.
yeah, she does definitely way less damage on Yasuo. So I think Jinx just has low health. Psychic and Juggernaut.
Don't like this.
Interesting. As a Psychic has access to double down, super assist and fury break at the start of each round, ability to press attack buttons in time with the opponent's attacks to reduce damage to their teammate. Starts with 1 bar of super meter and can store up to 5. Oh yeah, dude, that incoming mix-up actually looks nasty. It does cost a meter though. Increase overall health, defensive boost well below 30% health, fury break, eject, access to self double down. Starts with 2 bars and can store up to 5. Yeah, post-com we already saw. Fury break. Oh yeah, so see here? The burst with 1 character left means that you have Fury even though you also bursted. I think that's going to be interesting because I think what this does is that it makes you incentivized to burst more when you're a solo character than before. Whereas before it was basically you bursted early in a round or you saved it. So I think this is actually, while it is a comic mechanic to some degree, I think it's an interesting one because it incentivizes you to not give up on rounds, basically. Why is there no voice lines? That was the thing, having more ways to spend bursts is just a cool gameplay mechanic. And I think the dash cancel looks sick. Ooh. Once one of your champions gets knocked out, you can press S1 plus tag to activate Fury Break. 25 damage boost, 20% damage reduction. Active Fury Break also regenerates great health. If activated when you are in hit stun or block stun, on successful hit, it's a burst. If blocked, you'll be able to act before your opponent. Interesting. Oh, but that's when I'm in block stun. So it will be like YRC if you're YRC kind of if blocked. But you can still bait it by not putting them in block stun. So you bait it by doing like a 2L and then nothing. If activated when your opponent is in hit stun, then it's like a wall bounce. If activated when neither player is in hit stun or block stun, then it's like a gold burst, basically. Damage, boost, and it just lasts for longer. It's interesting. I hope it's not too good, but I do think it's interesting. Look at the squad, bro. It's good that they have you in like a physical place this time. I think in general, this game just feels like, dude, like the menus just, and like the playing just feels so much better, man. I do hope there's some way to just automatically to just be placed for a match to not have to run to them. I think ranked lobbies are a risk, but I know that they're open to not having them if they don't work out. Player support auto kill. Each ranked encounter includes at least one rematch, but you can rematch up to twice more in a best of 3 if looking to counter pick champions. Wait. Oh, each ranked encounter includes at least one match. Okay, so it's just regular best of 3. Knee pads, thank you so much. Yeah, basically, like, that's what I'm thinking. Yo, Mini Amigo, thank you guys so much for the primes today. Rank points. Placements. Leaving a placement will be considered a loss, so never give up. Okay, so there's gonna be a season. Eventually. Okay, so they're using the ranked thing the regular league does, where if you're at like 5 LP and then you lose 10, you still go to 0. It's probably gonna come not too long, hopefully. Sometime this year, hopefully sooner rather than later. All the way through Grandmaster. Okay, Grandmaster is the highest ranked. I like that there's duo ranked. That's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be so sick, man. Like, it's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited to do duo ranked and shit like that. I need to play more with this, but I do think it's an interesting thing to have assist even when a character's dead. You do still lose ability to handshake tag. You have to do lobby garbage to hope to get a teammate. What do you mean? Oh, you can't search? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Like, if you're looking to duo with someone, how would you find them? That's probably a really big point. You could maybe just do a search, though. I think the way they should do it is that you search for a duo in the menu, and then if you find a duo, you can teleport to their lobby. They confirm no random duo matchmaking yet. As long as it says yet, it's fine. I think that feature needs to be in a launch. Wait, how much chip did this do? Oh, it's not that much. Limit strike. How much extra meter is this? Oh, it's like half a bar almost. Oh yeah, this is roll. Yeah, this is a huge fucking Ari buff, by the way. That her down heavy is now her launcher. Because before they fucking, she had the worst end layer of all time.
Hearts on fire!
It's really awkward that they made all these clips with no voice lines. Creating a lobby now grants you ownership powers, which allows you to kick players, set a max player cap, change privacy lobby save, just the number of rounds and games per set. Walk up spectating now allows you to watch in full screen. Fire. This is a new song.
Go! Chase!
Oh wait.
Go!
Okay, this is the dude. This alt looks fire. This colorway. Oh, this one too. Oh, this one too. There's more tutorials now. That's very important. General controller settings. Copy preset. Test settings. Device type. I mean, this looks all way better. Just like the polish is kind of crazy that no other game has this type of shit. They have a bad connection option. Where? Oh. For games where one or more players are experiencing poor network quality, we had a suite of improvements to make gameplay smoother and more consistent. I see. Even better netcode? Pog? New skins, avatar accessory, champion mastery rewards. Each player will automatically receive 8,500 free KO points to use in the in-game store. Has to pick and choose which items. We'll use that to inform what kind of cosmetics we add in the future. And remember, currency and cosmetic content won't carry over for Alpha 2, so spend the time. There's a battle pass. Lionheart Brahms or Echo Taunt. Okay. Pool Party Mega Bundle. This shit is gonna be like, shit's gonna sell hella. This shit's gonna be the money maker. Black and gold.
I wander.
Dude, this Darius, I'm sorry, this Yasuo looks clean as fuck. Dude, Gog and Darius.
But you are lost.
Look at his sword in this one.
Starting now.
Dude, why does this game, it's not even out yet, it already has the best fighting game skins? So stupid.
Hello, time.
Like, how do most fighting games not have skins?
Make some magic.
Time to throw down.
Yay.
It's an emergency. Please run screaming in a disorderly fashion.
There wasn't much competition, real. But also these skins do look particularly good. Champion Master Awards.
Nice guy, unless you make trouble.
Avatar items. Oh, this is perfect, dude. Like you get more mastery points and you start like making your lobby avatar look more like the character. So there's gonna be fits that you want to do for your lobby character that requires you to get like max rank for Arya or Echo or something. That's gonna be cool too because you're gonna be able to see someone run around. You're gonna see which characters they play the most because they're gonna have that skin. Oh, this is like buying. Oh, these are the green screens.
What? Oh.
Is this just the green one? There might be even more skins for more mastery. Okay, so yeah, just in Alpha Lab 2, you'll be able to run the following rewards. Master Chroma, Taunt stickers. Valorant cameo skins. Maybe for the lobby avatar. I don't think they'll add it for characters. But maybe. Yo, more drip? Damn, they even have custom skin. Like, this is an Ari skin that they then have for, like, avatars. I don't think they're making it for no reason. I mean, they said why. It's just gonna take too long if they try to get everything ready for the Alpha Lab. Which I think is fine. Like, I mean, I really would prefer the game to just come out rather than just play beta versions over and over. Okay, all right. I think I'm done for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the subs today and all the support. Fish Poster, speaking of, thank you so much for the Prime. No, the day we get release date, it's going to be a dark day. It's going to be fun for 5 minutes, and then we're going to play Strive, and we're just going to start counting down the days in Strive. It's going to be so awful, man. 400 days. 9 hits, by the way. Okay. All right. See you guys later.